Next up will be Solai Alagappan. She's in 7th grade, she's 12 years old and goes to Doherty Middle School. She lives in Andover, Massachusetts, and she's lived in Andover for 8 years. She has a little brother who's 4 years old, and she likes to dance Bharatanatyam. She likes to draw, paint, read, and swim. So welcome my very good friend Solai Alagappan.
Hi everybody, my name is Solai Alagappan. And how are you all feeling? Are you all feeling happy?
Yes.
Yes. That's great, because that is exactly what my topic is going to be about, happiness. But before I start, I'd like to thank Aparna for her wonderful introduction to my speech and for her wonderful speech, and I really enjoyed it. I'm also looking forward to the rest of your speeches. Can you all hear me properly?
Yes.
Great. My topic today is happiness. I broke my speech down into 3 parts. What is happiness? How it affects you and others, and finally, how to get happiness. First of all, what is happiness? If you had asked me what is happiness before I did this speech, I would probably say that happiness is a feeling of joy, but it's actually much more than that. Happiness is kind of like a gift. We use it every single day without even noticing it. And it's something that it's really important and we should really appreciate to have happiness in our world. If we didn't have happiness in our world, it would be a much more different place. Now, it might not seem like it, but it's actually true. Say if there's a person and they're not feeling happy, they probably won't want to socialize with other people. And same goes to you. If you're not feeling happy and if you're not in a good mood, you probably don't want to socialize with any other person. But on the other hand, if you see a person that's feeling sad, then you might want to go and make them happy. But in order to make a person happy, you have to have at least a little bit of happiness in you to do that. And remember, I said if there's no happiness in the world, so you wouldn't have that happiness to make that other person who's feeling sad happy. So everybody would be super sad or angry or grumpy, and nobody would want to socialize, and it'd be so dull without happiness. Happiness is super important, and it's kind of like a valuable item. So imagine that you have a super valuable item, and that's happiness. And say you want to keep your valuable item super safe. That means you don't want anybody to take your happiness away or make you feel sad. And you also shouldn't let anybody get to you, and nobody should ruin your happiness. And you should make sure that you can keep it safe and always by your side. Also, you would also think that that valuable item is valuable. So your happiness is valuable, and you want to make sure that you use it to make other people happy and to just be great with it, and you should always be happy. And also, if you're feeling sad, then you can just go to the people you like to become happy. And with that really little happiness you have, you can make so much more people happy. You can start from having the teeniest bit to making a whole lot more than you can count for happiness. Happiness is really important, and make sure it's kind of like your valuable item, and it's something that you should always have by your side, and make sure to keep it safe. Happiness is also affecting you and other people. Now, it's pretty obvious that happiness can affect you. It affects what you do and how you do things. If you take a test when you're not feeling happy, or if you're not in a good mood, you're probably not in a good mood because maybe something was bothering you. And if something is bothering you, then that means that you won't do very well on the test. So before you take a test, try doing some things that make you happy, or just try thinking about things that make you happy. Because if you think about something that makes you happy, then you'll automatically become happy. So if you're taking that test and you're feeling happy, then you'll get a good grade. And while you're studying for that test, if you're happy, then you'll be a little bit more focused, unless you're too happy, I guess. But if you're like that, then you can just calm down a little bit and you'll be all right. And also, it can affect other people too. Now, if you're feeling sad, you might think, oh, well, I'm just the one who's feeling sad. I'm not going to affect anybody. But you actually are affecting a lot of people. Say if you're feeling sad and the people who love you and the people who care about you are definitely not going to feel happy if you're feeling sad. They're going to feel bad for you. And that means that you're making the other people feel sad because you're sad. So if you become happy, then the other people who care about you will also become happy. Also, there might be little voices in your head. One might be the negative voice and one might be the positive. If you listen to the positive one, you're going to end up with better and happier results. And it's also really important that you're kind to the people you love and the people who are your friends and you care about, because if you're kind to those people, you're going to get the same thing back. They're also going to be really, really kind to you. And that's just going to make you so much more happier. Happiness can even affect animals and bugs and such. Because say if you accidentally step on a plant, that might have been an animal's home. And now that animal might be really sad because of that. It might not seem like they have feelings, but I feel like all living things have feelings. And you also want to respect that. And you should make sure that you're not the reason that a person is sad. Now, you might not mean to do it on purpose and make a person sad, but if you do that, try to find a way to make that person happy. It can be as simple as giving a smile or even a compliment. Now, like I said before, you need to have happiness to be happy. So that means that you need to get happiness. And that leads me right into my next topic, how to get happiness. But before I start, I want to ask you a question. Why wasn't the cookie happy? All right. Well, the cookie wasn't happy because his mom was away for so long. All right. How to get happiness. Happiness is something that's much more simpler to get than it sounds, and it seems really, really easy, and it's actually much more easier than it seems. All you need to do, like I said before, you can think of something happy, and if you're thinking of something happy, it will automatically make you happy. And so just try thinking happy thoughts, and remember to think about your positive things. And just, you can think about a place you like or things that you like to do, and you can do those things. Like, you could do a sport that you like, or you could just be with the people you like. Now, if you're not going to be with people that you like, then you're probably not going to be happy. So you should surround yourselves with things that are happy, and maybe there might even be an object that's happy. And sometimes people say money can't buy you happiness, and that's kind of true. Now, some people might say, well, you can buy something that makes you happy. Yes, you can buy something that makes you happy, but you're not going to really like that thing that you bought, or it might not make you happy after a long time or a while. And happiness actually lasts forever. So that's why you should never trust the saying that money can buy you happiness. Happiness is super important, and you have to make sure that you're not around a place that's not making you happy. And it's really important that you do the things that you like, and if you don't like to do something, then just don't do it. But if you're like forced to do it or you have to do it, then you should do it while thinking of things that are happy. And if you automatically do that, then it's going to be much more easier if you're happy. And you can get a lot of things done if you're happy. And it's super important that you have joy and you're super cheerful. I hope you all learned what happiness is, how it affects you and others, and finally, how to get happiness. I'm really happy that you all were able to come here today, and I'm also really glad that you all could come and sit down and just enjoy both of our speeches and about to hear the other people's speeches. And also thank you, Paresh Uncle, for being such a great teacher and for teaching me a lot about public speaking. Thank you all for your time and for listening.